All right, I'll get started. First, you always got to start, listen, the vet was unbelievable tonight. Our student section, our fan base, and the people to show up for us on a homecoming crowd and bring the energy they brought for this football team and our program when it's been a rough year just shows you what this fan base is and why we believe it's one of the top fan bases in the country. We couldn't be more grateful to them and the energy they brought. And then to our players and staff, I couldn't be more proud and happy for them. You can have a lot of pride and you can have a lot of good feelings about things not related to results, but sooner or later there has to be a point in a program where you get it flipped and they see winning results so they can believe and have faith in what they're doing. And tonight that happened for us. So I think we had two backs go over 100 yards, first time since 2018. We had a 99-yard drive where we did not throw a pass. Our defense played exceptional most of the night. We gave them two short fields that really looked skewed for that, but I thought they played a great football game as well. Just top to bottom to see our guys play a complete game and start the football game the way we did, I just couldn't be more proud. So with that, I'll take questions. But again, thank you to everyone and the support that was showed out there at the vet.
Coach, how good does it feel to get a Sun Belt win?
You know what? It it feels great. I told some of the guys that felt those feelings are even better than some of the ones in all the history of my coaching career because how good it feels for everybody else. This operation needed a win. Everybody deserved one and needed it. And, that's as emotional as I've been since I've taken this job. And it feels even better because it ain't about me. It's about the rest of this operation that deserved this.
You guys had 342 rushing yards. Talk about the rushing game.
Well, I think you have to start in game planning. There's a lot that goes into our run game and pass game planning that's improving. I think then it steers directly to our offensive line, who for the first time all season we started with the same five guys in back-to-back games. That was huge. Our tight ends have improved in play and blocked the edges of that defense as good as we could and as good as we've done all year. And then our backs, those two backs simply just ran with physicality and effort, got extra yards, finished runs, and it just shows what this operation's about, what Troy's about, a tough physical group of men.
Coach, in the first quarter, you guys go 99 yards. How important was that to set the tone for this game?
It's huge. You know, it would not be fair to respond to y'all like we needed something to go good early in this football game, and you all understand why. We've all done this long enough to understand. We needed to start well, and we did it. And I knew as soon as we started well that it was going to be a fun night for us, but that was huge early.
Coach, you talk about how there's kind of a change that happened going into this game. You know, last week y'all really seemed to find something there in that second half, but fell short. What's kind of been a shift here for this team last week and then going into this game?
Well, to be honest with you, our preparation and how we practiced and commitment to improving has not dropped anywhere. And I've said that to you guys for several weeks. But there had to be a change in execution, an improvement in belief in our systems, and a step forward, and that's what's changed. Last week when we come out of the second half and we started to play with each other, together on all three phases, not really flinching at the result. If something went wrong, there was just a change in us. It's hard to label what that looks like. I think you could ask the guys. I don't know how you would put it, but there was a change. And I think we all believed, and I believed, that if that change carried over to this game tonight, you would get what we got, and that's why we're here.
You talked about seeing your players celebrating. What was that celebration like in the locker room?
As good a feeling as I've ever had in my coaching career. Somebody pulled our youngest son in the locker room, and that's a first for me to have our son in that locker room and on top of one of our players' shoulders, and all of them celebrating and feeling all their work. There's been a lot of pain for all of us, and for them to feel that elation, there's no better feeling as a coach than that.
And group so good this game.
Well, I think for us, you're starting to see, to be honest with you, Daniel King did an unselfish thing and moved out to tackle, and he's now done that for 3 weeks. So you've seen him settle into a new position and being on an edge. You've seen Boaz Stanley get comfortable being our starting center. Matt Henry has now come on as a right guard that's playing at a high level. Eli Russ is healthy and played back-to-back weeks, and Prather is now growing up and playing a young player and doing a great job. So those guys are improving because all those young snaps that happened at the beginning of the year, and the same five are lining up for us. So that cohesiveness is showing up, and I think that's the biggest change.
Hate to ask a negative question, but on the block punt, you had a different punter out there for that one. Any specific reason for that?
Yeah, the reason was that Crenshaw has been hitting the ball so well in practice, and no matter specialist or O&D, we're going to reward those that have played well and are performing well in practice. He had earned the right to go out there, and it really is just bad luck. We did not block the front properly. So new punter, no punter, we were in trouble, and it's something we've got to get fixed. It was a slip up on us in our punt protection, and we'll have to fix it quickly or it'll show up again.
The last 6 quarters for this team, the momentum you guys have built, how big is that for the program?
Well, it's huge. You know, we preach to our players, and I know and believe that they believe us, but we have said, like, there's going to be a point in which Troy returns to Troy, and it flips and we head in that direction of where we expect to be. Why not now? And we were close last week, but it's happened here. And it'll take everything we have in us to continue it. But the point is, there's got to be that time when we say, all right, that's when it was. And tonight's one of those moments.
Coach, excuse me. Coach, like you mentioned, over 300 yards rushing as a team in total yards, but it also helped set up the pass, especially on the team's second scoring drive with the touchdown pass to Devontae Ross in the back of the end zone. Is that something that you guys kind of keened in practice coming into this game, using the run to set up the pass?
Yes. We walked into the running backs room. These two will tell you, we're going to run the football. We're going to hand the football off and let our backs go earn yards that are blocked, but also ones that are not. We want to be a tough physical offense and move the line of scrimmage, and it's starting to show up, and you're exactly right. Your play-action pass game and movement game all gets pulled away from that after you do it. So that's what's happening right now. These two young men sitting over in the corner are directly responsible for what's going on too.
Coach, you go on the road for Georgia Southern and Louisiana, and then you come back here to close out the season against Southern Miss. What's the message going into those final 3 games?
I promise you the message will be exactly the same. It will be the expectations are the same. Our preparation on Tuesday and Wednesday are critical to us putting ourselves in a position to win football games, and that will be our process. It won't change based on winning or losing, and hasn't. We're going to ride the wave of momentum, but the messaging and everything we're doing is the same. Our goal is to improve on Tuesday's practice, prepare, and put ourselves in the best position to win games. Thank you all.